Alright, Jeskai Alliance. Improbable Alliance is a card we played a bunch of at the start of last season that kind of fell off in power level as the formats matured a little bit. We've got some Irencrag Pyromancers here as another card to generate value when we draw our second card per turn. And then out of the new set, we've got Doom Inevitable here alongside with our Shark Typhoon. And then some Triomes here in the mana base as extra ways to draw second cards per turn. As I'm looking at this, I'm realizing that I did not put any Conqueror's Deaths in the 75. Should there be some Elspeth Conqueror's Deaths in the 75? Feel like there probably should be. At least a couple. Do we need to add white sources? No. The mana base in the main deck is built to cast Dream Trawler relatively consistently. So if we can cast Dream Trawler, we can cast Conqueror's Death. I'm gonna mulligan this. No third land, and like, no draw enablers for these. How many Narsets are we gonna see with this deck? Yes. Narset, in fact, is another reason to add Conqueror's Death to the board. That was a loud enters play effect. So, Doom Inevitable here. Ooh, that's funny. That's funny. Okay, so I think I'm gonna give this a trigger because it'll let us draw our second card on their turn. So we'll cycle this, get a thing, shoot this, and then she'll draw us a card, and then we'll cycle something to kill her with the cycle. So this card cycles back into your deck, and then it counts how many times you've cycled it. And when you cycle it for the 4th time, it puts itself into play instead of back into your deck. Just a friendly reminder, if you're a sub, if you're anyone and you want to make card suggestions, make useful, clear card suggestions. Suggest what we should cut, why that's the cut, etc. Don't just say, why not card X? It's going to get you a quick trick to a 10-minute break. I have no idea what they're doing, really. I think I'm just going to click submit. Like, maybe Time Wipe's good if they're an aggro deck. This is the turtle. This is a dinosaur turtle. The Doom Inevitable is the alter appearance. Yeah, they're probably trimming Stormfist Crusader against my draw 2 deck. It's probably a safe assumption. Maybe I want some time wipes over these Teferis. Let's do that. Or probably something aggressive. Let's hedge. They had tokens and they had a Stormfist Crusader. Stormfist Crusader's usually only in aggressive decks. I thought about replacing Opt with the 1-mana cyclers. I don't know. Opt letting you see an extra card's a pretty big deal, I think. That is an excellent draw. The question is, I think I'm just going land pass here. So that way I can play the Hallowed Fountain untap next turn and Deafening Clarion. No Taiji. It's a good start for us. Clarion, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Do 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 do. Huh? I'm just gonna play this. Yeah, could be they're probably a Hero of the Precinct Martyr human stack, right? Is likely what they're doing. Thanks, Yugen. I appreciate the 15 months. Welcome back. Legendary humans you control have indestructible. Huh. That's sweet. I like that. I'm picking up what they're putting down. That one seems super playable. I mean, I don't think Royal Scions is very good in a Jeskai control deck. Jeskai control also isn't really a deck, so I don't like when you say Jeskai control, I don't know what you're talking about. Because there wasn't an established Jeskai control deck last season. When a non-human creature you control attacks. Nope, that's a human. Unfortunately, that indestructible card doesn't beat Clarion. Yeah, that's actually a good point. It's only good against Time Wipe, because the damage stays marked on the rest of them. I think I'm gonna do this and bounce Winota. Why is she terrifying? Can someone explain why she's terrifying? What am I missing here? A non-human creature can attack like 6 cards, put a human tapped and attacking. You know, that seems fine. That seems playable, probably. Like, why are we scared of it? So you can put Agent of Treachery into play? Sure, I guess. For each not... Yeah, but, like, the deck building requirement around this is huge. Like, being able to have an appropriate number of humans, like, non-humans to attack with her, and then enough humans... to also, like, hit out of your deck. Like, it seems like there's a big payoff, but, like, this card's incredibly high variance, right? Like, being able to have enough of both things happen. Like, I'm sure the swings are huge. But, like, the swings are huge on a lot of things, right? We'll probably start holding lands for this Dream Trawler then at this point. Oh, this is cute. So the raise the alarm, these aren't human tokens. Even though the artwork is clearly humans, these trigger her. Okay. Sure. Like I said, seems really high variance, but seems really good when it works. So we know what they're doing a little bit more of. Aether Gust seems stellar here. Fry actually seems like it could play, huh? She's a real card. I don't know about that. Like, I feel like she's gonna be one of those cards that, like, the high rolls on her are gonna make her feel better than she actually is. Again, just like not really a trivial requirement to meet. I guess if you play like Raise the Alarm, and maybe they're playing like 3-mana Chandra. 3-mana Chandra seems like a decent card to pair with her, huh? Legion Warboss is cute. Okay, sure. Do I want Fry in this matchup? Fry hits their thing that gives them indestructible, so probably. Yeah, it's definitely super sweet and seems powerful when it works. Do I play this on 1, or do I plan to cycle it? I think I plan to cycle this based on the context of my current hand. Yeah, I agree, Wilder. And there's a real struggle, too, like, you know, again, talking about, for example, talking about a card, talking about, you know, low-quality cards, like, can you enable her without putting a bunch of cards in your deck that aren't otherwise constructed playable? Is a big question. We started with Teamer Godzilla, and it was, like, actually really sweet. I think I just play Bonecrusher out here, so that way they can't just, like, play this out for free. So we can pressure it down. Yeah, you need cheap non-humans and expensive humans, and you need your deck to be functional when you don't have her going. So, like, there's a lot of things there that have to kind of go right. Although, again, like here, this is a good pair, right? So, like, Chandra with her is going to let them double trigger next turn, which is really strong. Yeah, we lost to a Jeskai Planeswalkers deck that was playing Sharknado. We're currently playing Sharknado. I think that card's likely very playable. Yeah, feels like they're going to get to trigger her, and if they high roll again, we're probably dead. Yeah, they get 2 triggers. They get 12 looks, right? Like 12 is not a small number of cards. Juju Guts B, thanks for the 47 months. Another thing to keep in mind though again is a lot of what you're gonna see on my stream and lots of other streams for the next week, 2 weeks, probably even a month, is a lot of decks that likely won't end up being competitive playing against other decks that also won't end up being competitive. So, like, for example, this card just crushed us here twice, but there's a good chance our deck is also garbage, right? Like, there's a very, very high possibility that our deck is not going to be playable. Like, this is one of the many decks where last season we worked on at the start of the season, and then as things got optimized, our deck just wasn't powerful enough to keep up. A lot of early format testing. Now, this isn't even testing. A lot of early laddering is people playing their bad decks against other people also playing bad decks. So, like, playing random ladder matches like this is not good testing. If you're someone who's like, for example, if you're a subscriber who wants to prep efficiently for the Hoaglandia Open that's going to be next weekend, I would recommend not playing random ladder matches, and instead, I would recommend finding other subs who plan to play in the tournament and playing matches against them with your ideas against established decks. Yeah, brew versus brew, a brew always wins and gets to look good, right? So, smells like Jeskai fires. Got the Kruga here. They can't have cards that cost less than 3 in their deck, and they draw cards for every expensive card they have. Sure, yeah, it's definitely, like, playing ladder matches is fun. The reason why I play Magic and the reason why I play ladder matches is fun, but it's objectively not good tournament testing. Again, my intention there isn't to say don't have fun or do things you don't enjoy. It's just pointing out what, in my opinion, is good tournament testing and what isn't. True Magic players, that's not true either. I didn't say that proper tournament testing isn't fun. I actually enjoy proper tournament testing a lot. I just think it's important to acknowledge and talk about how playing random ladder matches is different than proper formal testing. You're gonna spend more time and get worse results. The ladder is good for figuring out if your deck is cohesive. The ladder is not good at figuring out if your deck is competitive. And if that kind of makes sense, those things are different. Playing random matches against other people and random brews can tell you, like, if your deck has a cohesive game plan and, like, things come together, but it can't tell you if what you have going on is good against the established best decks. Sure, but that goes back to what I'm saying now, Bob. So, like, your point there, yeah, that's basically what you just said. So you can figure out if decks are cohesive. You can't figure out if they're actually competitive. Yeah, you typed that up when I started that. Think you agree with me there? I would like to cycle 1 Shark Typhoon, please. Did you play the Cycle Turtle yet? We are literally currently playing the Cycle Turtle. Alright, dear opponent, please don't time wipe me. Dream Trawler's okay here. Notable that we only have 1 white source at the moment, though. Which is a scotch awkward. They have, like, a Bonecrusher Giant here to stomp 1 as well? Or are they just, like, killing 2 1/1s?
I know my responsibility. I've got it.
I mean, if they can't kill either of these, they're, like, still super dead, right? I feel like if you have Song of Creation out, you don't need extra help, if that makes sense. Like, if you have Song of Creation going, you don't need draw 2 effects past that. You don't need things like this and this. How about I attack for 1, Clarion, give lifelink, yeah. And then will Royal Scions kill this, deal 3 to them, gain 6? Yeah, there's probably a combo deck based around Song in this format somewhere. This gets us up high enough that we don't accidentally die next turn, which is great. It also puts them in range of just dying to the triggers from these next turn, which is also good for us. So keeps their board in check, buffers our life total, puts them into range of lethal. Just checks a lot of boxes we're interested in checking here. Yeah, so Mothra says when one of their creatures without flying dies, it comes back with flying. I don't know that Mothra seems very good in their archetype. Usually their monsters are big enough that they don't need them to come back for a second time. So, so they're dead, right? They can, bounce Pyromancer, but then I replay it and then kill them by drawing a second card. Thanks for the 14 months, Prince Day. Welcome back. Hey, CK Lau. Thanks for the 23 months. I appreciate it. Yeah, it also doesn't work with Cavalier Gales, is an important thing to point out. Oh, they could have bounced Fires. Yeah, if they bounced Fires, they could have drawn it out there. It's a good point. They must have missed that line. If they, bounced their own Fires, they could have, drawn a Sweeper, perhaps. Mothra is good in a cat deck. I don't know. Mothra is not very good alongside the cat. And, I'm not sure the cat decks want to be super slow and clunky. Bonecrusher Giant seems not great here. Deafening Clarion seems not great here. Aether Gust seems good. Dispute seems fine. Conqueror's Death seems fine. That's 60. Do I want Veto in this matchup? I'm not sure that I do. They have a lot of creatures. Maybe Fry's okay. Mothra does not bring tokens back. Tokens are exiled when they go to the graveyard. Doesn't Mothra give you 2 cat triggers for every sack? No, because you can't put it back. If you have a Woe Strider in play, I guess it does. Yeah, Fry hits Kenrith, and it hits Blue Cavalier, both of which we saw. It also clears, Narset off the table if they have it, and their Teferis. Do I have anything I really want to cut here, though? I feel like the answer is no. Pyromancer is, not amazing, but, as we saw that game in Paris, she's very good. Heliod's Intervention could also be fine here. Run it like this and see how it goes. Looking for a land here in our first couple of draws, ideally. If we draw a land next turn, we'll get to play Improbable Alliance, then curve right into a 3. If we miss on an untapped land next turn, yeah, I guess. All right, with that draw, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And get disputed here. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I agree, Miles. Nightmare Shepherd didn't see a lot of play last standard season, and I kind of expect Mothra to be mediocre for similar reasons. There's so many bounce your thing cards in this format. Yeah, there's just too many Teferis and Brazen Borrowers running around that like that type of that cost for no enters playability is pretty high. Maybe their pizza was done. Maybe their toddler knocked their drink over. And we take those here. Those good tempo deck built around Sharknado. I don't know that you necessarily need to be like a tempo deck for that. I think Sharknado is just like a good card to shove into most flash shells. Ooh. Opponent's playing the 80 card special. I think I'm mulliganing this. Yeah, I can cycle that. Let's keep it. So, Yorion here. If your deck is 20 cards over the minimum, you get to play this 4/5 flyer. When it comes into play, it blinks things. Opponent has big deck energy. I agree. Blue and white cards so far. If there's some kind of Thassa deck, maybe. Thassa deck would make a lot of sense, right? If they're looking to maximize their ability to blink things. Yeah. If it's not in the queue, it hasn't been submitted for the most part. There's been a couple of things that have been donated for today midstream, but I also don't know what those are offhand. They'll get updated tonight when I'm done. As always, if you'd like to add something to the queue, please submit it using the form on my site. Nah, I don't want to have some kind of random haste creature. I'm just going to leave back my 0-4. Something really powerful to note about this card is it's simply non-land permanence. So Yorion can blink their Conqueror's Death to give them more value with it. So while this is over here, you need to wait for this to go away so they don't get another value out of it. How does blink work as mutate cards? They come back as individual creatures, I believe. Can I get, I don't remember that part of the video. Do they come back individually? They're separate creatures? Alright, chat seems pretty confident that they come back as separate creatures. Means there's probably about a 50-50 shot of them coming back as separate creatures or not. Probably about a coin flip of it working that way. Man, we are getting buried here, huh? Their hand is just like filled to the top, and our hand is a whole lot of nothing going on. Like this replaces itself. This Yorion's gonna come into play and blink multiple of these. Yeah. Yeah, super good. Haven't been able to tune in much recently, so I wanted to throw you some love. You're a delightful follower on Twitter. Thanks, Wicked Games. You used to be super perfect. So we'll bring in Fry, because they're always going to have something that Fry hits. Conqueror's Death of our own sounds good. Dispute sounds good. Time Wipe kills their bigger things seems reasonable. Probably trim these Clarions. Teferi's probably not very good here, huh? Like, bouncing their things that all have enter play effect doesn't sound particularly exciting. Although, would I rather have Teferi than Bonecrusher? I'd probably rather have Teferi than Bonecrusher, because Teferi can, like, pick my own thing back up at least. Let's try this. Sure. Happy new standard to you too, Click Nice Media. Welcome, welcome. Absian Toolbox. What do you toolbox with? That silly 1/1 for 2? Thanks for the 18 months, WAP. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Yeah, Teamer Godzilla's had the 4/5 as a companion. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna keep that. Probably use 2 eventually. Fiend Artisan seems overhyped to you. I mean, are there people talking about that card being good? I don't know that I've seen anyone talking about Fiend Artisan being good. No, Stream Decker is just bugged. Stream Decker doesn't have companion support. So I think it was listing it twice in the sideboard. What is the issue? I believe it lists it twice. Taboo, thanks for 7 months. Welcome back. I think we're dead here. I don't know that I'm really feeling this Jeskai deck. Feels pretty underwhelming. You can cycle with Teferi out. Cycling is an activated ability. Yeah, I'm kind of off this deck, I think. Let's try one more, but I don't know. Feels like, again, just thinking back to like last season, I'm not sure that these new cards really solve problems that this archetype has. Is it like, again, these synergy-based decks tend to not be good in Magic in 2020. Usually want your cards to be a little bit more individually powerful. And Irencrag Pyromancer just being an 0/4 for 3 isn't really in the realm of individually powerful. People are calling that card Tarmogoyf for Pioneer. Do people not realize that Tarmogoyf's barely playable in Modern? Yoke Dox is an 0/4 for 1. Much better rate. Thanks for being here, Durka. Fiend Artisan was pre-ordering for greater than $30. Oh, MTG Finance is so dumb. Sell into that one. Wait, the paper release is like super delayed, right? If I recall correctly, COVID-related stuff. May 15th, okay. May 15th might even be a little optimistic. Especially if they're trying to hold... If they're trying to hold pre-release events, May 15th is probably a little optimistic. I believe they can get the product release to happen on the 15th, but... Phantom of Eric, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. For folks that are just joining us, welcome to Hoaglandia. If you're someone that enjoys Standard and you're interested in playing in one of the first Standard tournaments of the season on April 25th, we're going to be having our second Hoaglandia Open. The first historic one that we did was very successful. That event's going to be open for up to 256 players. The only requirements that you have to be currently subscribed to my Twitch channel here. And you also have to be able and capable of broadcasting your matches to Discord upon request. So we can do our excellent coverage for the event like we did for the first one. I was really happy with how all the coverage came together. Looks like we've got 84 players signed up already for that one. Yeah, most people are still under quarantine when Teferi core set releases. Yeah, I think any expectation that things are going to go back to normal before the fall are pretty unrealistic based on what people who are scientists have been saying, from my understanding. Well, we cut the kit-ins. If you go and look in the stream decker, we updated the deck throughout the course of the stream. And the latest version obviously will be available underneath the YouTube video. Teamer, what's it called? Teamer Godzilla is the first deck we played today. Easy pick so far. Yeah, we probably won't see things like big Magic tournaments and concerts and stuff like that start occurring again until there's a readily available vaccine. I don't think I want to cycle anything here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and Aether Gust this Annex. No, Deckmaster's already updated. That's why you see the cards on your screen already. I turned them off for you specifically. Everybody else has the update already. Well, they couldn't cleave there, right? Because I had Aether Gust. I mean, this is probably a great time to ladder up with Mono Red. What do I want to do here? I think I'm going to go second Alliance, cycle the Shark Typhoon, try and hit a land here. Unfortunate. Oh, yeah, you're right. They had 5 mana. You're right. You are correct. We've not played against any new cards out of Mono Red yet, no. Sure. Yes. You should put off restarting your Arena client for as long as possible. I plan to leave my Arena client open until it literally crashes all day today, because when you try to get into Arena currently, there's currently a login queue. So cross your fingers and hope to be lucky and play for as long as possible. Remember, if you want to recommend a play, tell me why your recommended play is good. Don't just be like, hey Jeff, you could do this, or hey Jeff, why didn't you do this? If you wanna have a discussion, have a discussion. Don't just shout things out at random. Not gonna block here because I don't want to lose my Pyromancer to a stomp. Does make their light up the stage better, but I'd really like to untap with this Pyromancer if possible. That's super unfortunate. Casting Kroxa with Mothra in play. That's funny. No, I'm still on a Windows system, Adam. Unless my network issue rears its head, I'm probably just going to stick to streaming from the Windows system. I was able to get my workflow set up pretty reasonably. So if Cardboard Live updates before Deckmaster again this time, I'll probably look into Cardboard Live since I can set that up on here, but I looked at a couple of people who had Cardboard Live set up yesterday and none of them had new cards, so I didn't bother looking into that for today. That's a great draw. Yeah, I'll take a look today when I'm done again, but the couple of people I looked at yesterday, they say if they added them today,
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
I don't think there's a Lutrious release for the current update. Oh, well, that's really easy. You just delete your current directory, Adam, and then download the MSI file manually and install it. You don't need a Lutrious update every time there's an arena update. I mean, well, Nutella is just pure sugar, right?
A quest of mystery.
It's tasty sugar, you fun killer. Alright, Cleave-ho. I'm really surprised they didn't attack with both their things if they had Cleave here. Need a live one.
Let us plan for the trials ahead.
Yeah, this kind of feels like a good example of, like, our deck's not really that good. Like, our deck kind of did most of what we wanted to do here, and we still came up pretty short. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shelve this one. I added a disclaimer to the standard page on my website for those deck lists. A lot of the decks on the standard portion of the website are going to get deleted here soon. Shortly after this week. I think both of these cards are likely very good. I don't think this core is very good. I just think the average power level of the cards that we have going on here is too low. If synergy cards are good in Magic, they need to be stronger individually than these cards are. Similar to how we saw the Aristocrats deck we played before this. When all your pieces come together, it's kind of fine, but there's too many games where, like, your cards are just a little bit too disjointed and your synergies don't all come together, and your deck just ends up being a little bit too weak on average, I think. Magoom, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We've got a lot of great standard decks, or possibly great standard decks, I should say, to get through. We are going to try a Dawnwaker Priest deck up next. I'm going to hit a very short ad roll. I get that imported anyway, so that's going to take me a second. We'll be back in just a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. I think my plan is